Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast where I tell you about my comic books. And today, you, you, uh, today we're talking about the volume 3 of 10 Years Later. That's right. So buckle in and strap in, folks. So the comic begins with Kenny. If you watch the last one, you know that Kenny got his hands on the new Omnitrix instead of Ben. Kenny is talking to Gwen and Kevin about something I don't even know until a robot crashes. They think it's a Forever Night robot, but it reveals something much worse. Vilgax. Yeah, that's right. But Kenny doesn't know who Vilgax is at the time, so he's like, "Oh, it must be another Forever Night robot." And he uses forearms, but then the robot does something. It blasts the Omnitrix, which does something to it. Kenny doesn't know what happened, so he goes to his dad. His dad is shocked to realize that the Omnitrix is in self-destruct mode, but it's not finished self-destruct. And then Kenny gets a new alien. He turns into this alien. It's an alien called Destructor. Basically, he uses random chaos to defeat anyone. But you can only use him for 3 hours until you can't use him for the rest of the day. And then he finds out that a robot has made even more robots. So then Kenny's like, "Oh God, I better go do something about that before this entire city turns into a nuke town." So he goes and uses Destructor and destroys the robot with such ease. Like, all he does is touch the robot with his index finger, and the robot freaking explodes into smithereens. Like, it was like a grenade. And then Kenny times out. And then he realizes he can still time back in. So he uses feedback to drain the power out of all the other robots. So yeah. The next day, he wakes up to find out that someone has captured his dad. He goes and finds out that it is none other than Hex. But Hex looks different. He's from the future. And Hex has all sorts of new tricks. And Ken doesn't know who Hex is, so he makes a mistake of using any alien. And Hex turns out to be building a machine that can turn every single person on the planet into one of Hex's slaves. Then Ken realizes that this alien isn't the right alien. So you know what he uses? He goes wild mutt and tries to attack Hex. But psych, guess who's there too? Charmcaster. I don't know why she's there too, but I don't know. Listen, I don't come up with the ideas. I do come up with the ideas. And Charmcaster summons one of those weird dog things. Those weird dog rock things that she uses. That tackles Ken to the floor. And then one of them makes a joke and says, "It's dog against dog." Until Kenny gets a bright idea to use another alien. He goes feedback and tries to drain the power out of that machine. But it doesn't work. It just ends up doing something to the Omnitrix, which on the next episode of this podcast, I will explain later. But for now, let's focus on this episode. And basically, Kenny realizes that he hasn't used Destructor. He hasn't used up Destructor completely yet.
That's the entire kitchen.
But then he realized that Destructor could destroy the entire planet. So, you know what he decides to do? He uses Upgrade to upgrade the machine. I know what you're thinking. Finally, if you thought he was going to use Upgrade, he uses Upgrade to stop the machine. And then everything's done. That's the end of this video of the podcast. Bye, guys.